X-Play! Games that make us pee our pants! Like Silent Hill 4! Are these sorts overcompensating for anything in Monster Hunter? And did we mention Resident Evil 4? It's game time! Be afraid! Be very, very afraid for Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb!
Hello and welcome to this extremely scary episode of X-Play.
Why extremely scary? Well, just look at us.
Hey! Well, on today's show, we'll be checking out the biggest horror game of next year, Resident Evil 4.
But that's not all. We have Monster Hunter for the PlayStation 2.
Forgotten Realms Demon's Stone, a game made by the development team behind The Two Towers.
And we have the 10 scariest moments in video game history.
Plus, later we have our review of Silent Hill 4, the game that routinely makes people pee their pants.
But we kick things off with an old horror franchise that finally got a much-needed makeover.
We voted it Best Game of E3 2004, and after you watch what we have to show you, you'll know why we love to be scared by it.
Here's our preview of Resident Evil 4. Need a broom?
At X-Play, we like to think that you can't keep a good man down. We like to believe the same about classic game franchises like Resident Evil. For this series, it's do or die time. After playing Resident Evil 4, it's become obvious that this game has plenty of doing. And even more dying. You play as Leon Kennedy. Yep, the same guy who starred in Resident Evil 2.
Where's everyone going? Bingo.
It's been 6 years since the tragedy at Raccoon City, and Leon is now a special agent assigned to protect the president's family. This mission has him looking for the president's daughter in the jungle.
We'll stay and watch the car. Don't want to get any parking tickets.
Right.
And oh yes, the natives are restless.
Vaya por detrás.
Who are these people? What are they planning?
Are they zombies? Are they human? Or have they simply watched too much Dr. Phil?
Oh, la campana. Es hora de rezar. Tenemos que irnos.
One thing we can tell you is that, once again, it looks like some sort of virus is to blame.
I'm fine! Just leave me alone! Leon!
Oh, and this guy. Forget about the old Resident Evil games with their clunky controls and disorienting camera angles. This time you have the ability to look wherever you want. With crazy savages around every corner, you're gonna need it. And these beings aren't your average brain-dead stumbling corpses either. They run. Yes, run. They also throw things at you that you can shoot out of the air. They'll even block and evade your shots. Just don't count on them winning next year's spelling bee. Another new feature is the context-sensitive button. Periodically, the A button will appear on screen and allow you to perform some special actions. Some may call this a bailout, but it's actually pretty slick. The environments are littered with traps. You even come across some of God's wondrous creatures. How we love birds, nature's little angel. There, Fido. We'll help you out of that nasty bear trap. Even in this short demo, we're treated to an impressive arsenal. The shotgun is deadly. The hand grenades make villagers go boom! Boom. Boom! Boom! The machine gun will keep the cretins at bay, and the rocket launcher, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. Some of the Resident Evil staples have returned, including the inventory screen, save points, and those lovable green herbs. And most importantly, fights with huge creatures that defy description. If all the levels in Resident Evil 4 are as good as the one we played, look out. From what we can tell, the only downer is that we'll have to wait until early next year to play it.
And we can't wait for this game to come out. The sooner the better, Capcom.
Please. So Morgan,
Yeah.
are you supposed to be Bastila?
No, Bastila has a double-sided yellow lightsaber. Mine is purple, and there's only one Jedi with a purple lightsaber.
Okay, then please do not tell me you're supposed to be Mace Windu.
No, of course not. I'm Mace Windu's ex-wife. I got his lightsaber in the divorce. See, it says bad mother.
Okay, anyway, we're going to go on to our next game. It's Capcom's online creature killer, Monster Hunter. Here's our review. No.
Wouldn't it be grand to go to a world where humans and dinosaurs could live in perfect harmony without bloodshed? Yes, it would. But that is not the type of symbiosis a player will experience in the huge world of Monster Hunter for the PS2. The goal: stay alive, make monsters dead. First up, it's time to create a character.
Yeah!
Then you're plopped into your home village where you can get your first quests. You'll learn the ways of hunting and carving and cooking. That's right, cooking. You'll also learn how to collect wild plants such as herbs and mushrooms and how to combine them into potions. You'll also discover that you can collect valuable monster parts and even mine certain metals to create or improve your weapons. And I bet you never would have guessed that you could fish, too. Though there are some opportunities for stealth, the action is mostly hack and slash, and have some more. The right analog stick controls your weapon, which is kinda cool, but the camera is not auto-centering and there's no lock-on. So you either have to use L1 to reset it or the D-pad to control it manually. That's a pain. You can play the game entirely offline until the wild boars come home, but you'd be missing out on a huge part of the Monster Hunter experience, taking the hunt online. The only hitch is, getting set up for online play is very tedious. Another royal pain. Which is better and easier to use? USB headset to talk to your buddies, or an on-screen alphabet to click through. But when you're done, you can meet up with up to 2 other players in the town tavern, and then go and quest it. Since liquor and killing go hand in hand, you can kill some time by getting trashed on some good old ale. Monster Hunter looks great. The stunning vistas and the detail in the environments immerse the player into the untamed wilderness. The soundtrack is similarly atmospheric, with music playing only in civilized areas or during certain events like cooking food. Bottom line is Monster Hunter is an excellent game, but it isn't for everyone. Problems with the camera and controls hold it back from being heralded as one of the best, and unless you have the broadband adapter, you're missing out on a large chunk of the hunting experience. With that said, there's definitely enough here for serious players to enjoy if they're willing to devote the time necessary to really dive into the game. The pros outweigh the cons in this one, so we give Monster Hunter a decisive 4 out of 5.
Don't run away,
Don't.
please.
No.
When we come back, we have even more scary stuff.
Like Adam trying to be stealthy.
Hey, come
It
on.
was bad.
Up next, X-Play presents the scariest moments in gaming. Yes, it's another crappy Halloween show with Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Yay!
Yeah. Welcome back to this frightful edition of X-Play.
We return with Morgan's top 10 scariest moments in video game history.
Yes, I alone have compiled this list of the doomed, the damned, and the totally freaky. Behold.
There's a lot of scary video games out there. Apparently, people like the crap scared out of them. Personally, I don't. But that's just me. I mean, don't get me wrong. Little pixelated aggravation never hurt anybody. But the creepy, give you nightmares, lurching zombie crying baby kind of games really freak me out. But for you guys, I bring you
The top 10 scariest moments in video game history.
number 10 is from Clock Tower.
The Clock Tower murders are fascinating research material for me.
Okay, so the voice acting is laughable.
Sounds crazy, but it looks like they were killed with a giant pair of scissors.
And that's even funnier. But you were scared when Scissor Man was chasing you around and you emotionlessly and slowly walked away from his lurching attacks. You were scared. Admit it. Oh, the suffering. As if prison weren't scary enough, there's this.
No, I don't want to see it. No.
Oh, and this. Yeah. Those goddamn half-naked twins in Fatal Frame. Twins are always really scary, though. So it's not much of a surprise. Dancing warlords. Oh, sure. You all love it when there are naked chicks in video games, but you all start screaming like little babies when the guys get all naked and jiggy. Yoo-hoo, sexy man over here. Oh, he's naked and fearless. Chicks love that. Silent Hill is always good for a scare. What's this? Duh, it's a rotting corpse on a hospital gurney. And you come in here to this chain link maze, and this wasn't here a minute ago, and...
What is this? What's going on here?
What's going on is that your voice acting is kind of killing the mood. But this wasn't here a minute ago, and all of a sudden these little dog people are trying to drink out of your hose, and the crap camera angles make it so you can't see anything. I hate these games. The worst part is that damn radio. Whenever I hear the sound of that radio, I freak. Bummer. Pterodactyl is eating my head.
Hey, mister! Wanna play with me?
And kids always freak me out.
Hey, mister! You wanna wrestle?
Doom was scary. Now, for all you youngsters out there, I know you don't believe me, but in the olden days, this stuff really scared people. I mean, they were Hell's minions. Hell's pixelated minions. Scary! Now, the #1 scariest moment in video game history. The day you discover the trance vibrator in Rez. At first, you think it's pretty cool.
Ooh, it vibrates to the beat.
Then you discover it has a washable cover.
Washable cover? Ew! Ew!
Did you notice that most of your games weren't actually scary?
I told you I'm not really into scary games because they kind of scare me, actually.
Then why did you do something called Let's Play Talk on Scary Games?
Because I wanted to do something for the Halloween show.
Okay, and why were there only 9?
I don't know, I got distracted.
Distracted by what?
10?
Coming up, the simple joys of Forgotten Realms Demon Stone.
I could do that all day.
Once again, 2 people dressed like dorks. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Clearly there's only one person dressed like a dork here.
Oh yeah, right. Laugh it up, Augie Webb Doggy. Yeah. Anyway, we're back with the game written by fantasy legend R.A. Salvatore. Who is that?
Here's our review of Forgotten Realms Demon Stone.
Life as a nomadic fighter in the Forgotten Realms. A Triple H hairstyle, a peaceful walk in the woods, a red dragon roaring overhead. The simple life. Forgotten Realms Demon Stone brings the D&D world made famous in Baldur's Gate into a realm light on the dice and heavy on the 3-hit combos. Rannick the Fighter here is only one of the 3 heroes at your disposal. There's also Jai, the mouthy half-drow rogue. That's Dark Elf to you non-nerds. She can turn invisible and insta-kill people from behind. I could do that all day. And finally, Ilias, the clean-cut sorcerer and your go-to guy for distance attacks. Together, they accidentally unseal a demon stone, unleashing 2 demons from another plane of existence.
If left free, either of them will annihilate Faerun.
Annihilation is bad, so the 3 companions will have to retrap the rampaging Outworlders in a new demon stone before they kill everyone in their path. Oh, look what you did to the poor wood elf village.
I thought she hated wood elves.
Lies. Some of my best friends are wood elves. All 3 heroes are active simultaneously. You switch between them at will, whenever you need their specific strengths. Each level is beautiful to look at and feels unique, and often features gadgets and weaponry you can play with.
Ooh, catapults.
Between levels, you can upgrade the team with new attacks, spells, armors, and weapons. It's always nice to be able to dish out or take more damage, but most of the combo attacks and new moves are fairly useless. Rarely is anything more effective than that old standby, the hammer the X button until everything around you is dead technique. Of course, if you get good at backstabbing with Jai, entire armies of Slod will fall dead before they even know what hit them.
My whole life, nobody turned their backs for a second.
Smart elves.
The game is balanced, so you can play all 3 characters at will, but that can also make it bland at times. What would have broken up this monotony? How about multiplayer? It seems like a no-brainer, but Demon's Stone is a solo adventure only. Even worse, your allies are often unhelpful to the point of seeming apathetic. Hi, only character who can hit the dragon here. Could use some help with the legions of slavering beasts at my heels. Yeah, did I mention you can't even give orders to your allies without draining your super bar? The production values are sky high, especially the voice work by the likes of Michael Clark Duncan and Patrick Stewart.
I've dreamed about this day for 100 years. I'm flattered that I held your interest.
There's even some fan service in the form of a level set at Mithril Hall that lets you play as the legendary Drist Dwarden. But once you're done with the short quest, you've already played all 3 roles in the story. And wow, no multiplayer is disappointing. It hurts my heart. Forgotten Realms Demon's Stone sports spectacular battle scenes and a beautiful representation of the land of Faerun, but you're not likely to remember it long after the credits roll. A 3 out of 5.
Don't go away.
Yes, there's more horror when we return.
Up next, creeping you out since 1999, it's Silent Hill 4. I peed my pants because of Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Sorry about that. Welcome back to this Halloweeny edition of X-Play. Adam?
We've come at last to the last and scariest game of the show.
Silent Hill 4.
Yes, the only franchise built on the opening credits of 7. It's back. Here's our review.
Barely a year after the 3rd installment wrapped up that whole demon worshipping coven thing, Konami blesses us with another grueling tale of horror. Silent Hill 4, The Room. A few days ago, Henry Townsend found he couldn't leave his apartment. He can look out the window and see the outside world, but the front door is chained up like it has a thing for bondage.
What the hell? What's going on here?
As if that weren't enough, forces from beyond keep crank calling him.
Hello?
Help me.
What?
After finding a mysterious hole in his bathroom, he crawls into it and ends up in an alternate reality that bears a striking resemblance to the titular township. Throughout the game, Henry goes back and forth from the otherworldly outside realms to the increasingly unsettling prison his apartment has become. Naturally, the screwy dark worlds are populated with ugly, unearthly monsters that attack you on sight. They're not really all that scary, although they do their best to gross you out. Oh, yuck. Oh, will you stop making that noise? This is reason enough to beat them to a pulp with a heavy object, but the combat in Silent Hill 4 is sadly deficient. The only scary part here is how difficult it can be to get Henry to fight effectively. There's a new circular meter that you can build up to pull off a power hit, but it all looks and feels clunky, not terrifying. Is anyone really creeped out by demon dogs and zombie bats anymore? The dark corridors of Silent Hill still serve up some chills, but the flashlight foo of the previous games is nowhere to be found.
So you think this is a dream, huh?
Well, if it's not a dream, what is it?
Then there are your companions. You spend a lot of time escorting an injured or helpless friend through the bowels of your own personal hell. Since you have no way to control or instruct her, this is mostly an exercise in frustration. Wow, you're not looking so good, lady. The point of it all is to uncover why this is happening to Henry, and the story unfolds with the usual Silent Hill flair. What is it with this series and creepy children?
That's what everybody calls me, but I don't really have a name.
Silent Hill 4 certainly takes the story in a new direction, but the gameplay is starting to feel a bit stale. And maybe it's me, but flaming ghost monsters seem downright tame next to the truly terrifying moments of my life.
Hello and welcome to GameSpot TV.
Oh, what the hell is that? Stop it! Destroy that footage! Oh, thank God, a two-headed baby monster with no legs. Oh, that's so much better. X-Play gives Silent Hill 4 The Room a 3 out of 5. Ah! I did my eyes! We shall never speak of this.
That is the worst gaming haiku I've ever heard.
And who was that?
No, I'm sneaking away now.
Watch, play, win, hyperactive!
We have a new online game everyone is talking about.
Every weeknight while you watch X-Play and Unscrewed with Martin Sargent. Go online and play Hyperactive along with the shows.
You can win an iPod Mini and other cool stuff.
Many of you will be playing for months to come.
For rules and details, go to g4techtv.com/hyperactive and play along with X-Play and Unscrewed every weeknight starting at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific.